Hi there, and welcome back to Understanding Personal Bankruptcy in Canada, the fourth of a 5-video introduction series. Today, we will discuss about the deciding point of whether you should declare bankruptcy, comparing consumer proposals with bankruptcy, and lastly, the effects of personal bankruptcy on a job. Let us consider some factors in bankruptcy and effects it will have on you. Bankruptcy and marriage failure go hand in hand. Stress from debt is a leading cause of marital problems. As a matter of fact, in the financial world, there is a maxim that says the number one reason for divorce is financial difficulties, and the number one cause of bankruptcy is divorce. A significant number of people after divorce will file for bankruptcy as they are unable to foot all of the debt by themselves that was obtained during the marriage. Business and bankruptcy. If your income is through a business, ask yourself if the business is not profitable. Sometimes it is better to just let go and restart. In many cases, the owner's investments cannot be recovered. Several questions will need to be asked. Can you afford to pay the bills as it is and still live in a decent way? Can you afford to live the way you are right now? Can you cope with the stress of all of the debts that have been incurred? Is that debt worth your marriage? Note that no one will tell you to go bankrupt. That decision is solely yours, as you will have to live with its consequences. The most other people can do is to offer their advice in what the process is and what are its consequences. You will have to make the final decision. There is an alternative to bankruptcy, and this is called a consumer proposal. Officially, it is suitable for those who may have too much equity in their assets and do not want to lose it. To file a consumer proposal, you cannot owe more than $250,000. This may be suitable if a job depends on a no bankruptcy filing record. Some CGA associations require that their members notify them of any such filings. A corporate director can file a consumer proposal and remain director of a corporation. Also, a credit card with zero balance can be kept in a proposal. All credit cards must be surrendered in a full bankruptcy. Officially, all of your debts will be significantly reduced, and as an example, a $30,000 debt can be reduced down to approximately $10,000 to be repaid within 3 to 5 years. If at any time during this 3 to 5 years the payments cannot be made, then a full bankruptcy can be initiated. Okay, that's officially what the consumer proposal is. Let's get some real advice from those who have declared personally bankrupt. In reality, an R7 rating, which is a consumer proposal rating for your credits, is not treated any much different from the R9 rating for the full bankruptcy. If the debts are paid off in 3 years, the record will be off your credit in another 3 years, and therefore, in 6 years the credit rating will be restored. This is the same as a full bankruptcy, except that money has been paid for 3 years. The other scenario, if the debts are paid off in 5 years for a consumer proposal, then takes another 3 years to be off the credit report. This is a total of 8 years and will be on the credit report for an additional 2 years beyond the bankruptcy timeframe. Let's look at bankruptcy and a job. The first question to ask is, does your job require a periodic credit check? This varies from employer to employer, and therefore, the employer's policy should be checked to see if a periodic credit check is done. The best way to do so is to check your credit report to see if the employer has pulled a soft credit check on you. In many instances, the credit check is just for employment purposes. It will not be checked after hiring. For CGAs who wish to file personal bankruptcy, the association must be notified. The file will be monitored during the session. However, they will be looking for issues of financial fraud and not just the fact that a person has filed for bankruptcy. That file will be closed when the person has been discharged. Certain accounting jobs will require a credit check, and a bankruptcy will prevent such a job from being acquired. Banks and some financial institutions will also require a positive credit check for employment purposes. If a person is already employed, the human resource policies of that organization will need to be checked to see if a bankruptcy voids a person's contract. And in summary, your marriage may be affected with extreme debts and could lead to divorce and then to bankruptcy. Deciding to go bankrupt is a personal choice, and a consumer proposal is an option if conditions are met. New job applications may have problems qualifying if a credit check is necessary. For those already employed, the HR policies of the employer must be checked. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please look at the 5th and final video out of the 5-video series which will be sent.